All right. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening po sa lahat. This is Junose, the current chairman of Philippine Welders and Fitters Society. So we're here today para sa ating pong webinar. Okay? So ang webinar po natin ngayon ay about sa welding variables as per Asme 9. Okay, so ang ang atin pong tatalakayin ngayon ay patungkol sa welding variables. Right. So we are live, okay? Ito po ay handog sa inyo ng Philippine Welders and Fitters Society, okay? Na kung saan ay pinagdiriwang natin ang ating ikapitong anibersaryo, okay? Ang ikapitong anibersaryo po ng Philippine Welders and Fitters Society. Okay, so ayan. So ito po yung kwan natin ito po yung ating handog sa ating mga kabakal, sa ating mga membro na kung saan nagkataon na ngayon po ay ating ikapitong anibersaryo. So this is a webinar on welding variables as per Asme 9. Okay, so maganda po ito para sa ating mga kabakal diyan, yung mga bagitong welder, bagitong engineers. Ito ay maganda po sa inyo. Bagitong welding inspector o yung mga gustong maging welding inspector, ayan, ito po ay maganda sa inyo. Okay? So, inaanyayahan po namin kayo na manood sa ating hello? So, okay na ba? Saan na? At lang yung dalawa. Hello? Parang wala. Hello? Hello everyone. Okay. Parang hindi pa siya naka-live. 3. Okay. Hanapin lang natin. Wala. Nasaan? Okay. So, yan. Meron na po ba? Hello? Parang di ko nakikita. Okay. Ayusin lang po natin na. Ayusin lang natin. Okay. Camera. Okay. Mic. Hello? Hello? Okay, so ba't di natin makita yung ating live video? Saglit lang po hanapin lang po natin yung live video natin. Ayun. Alright. Nakita natin yung ating live video. Alright. So, let's proceed. So, sino po yung mga... Oh, wala pa tayong live viewer. Okay, so ayan, ongoing na. So we invite everyone, okay? 6:47 pa lang, okay? All right, now I know why we haven't have some viewers, okay, because it's still 6:47. By the way, so as I said earlier, this webinar is brought to you by Philippine Welders and Fitters Society Incorporated, okay? Para po sa kanilang ikapitong o para sa ating ikapitong anibersaryo dito sa ating PWFS. Right? So since March 2014 hanggang ngayon, buhay na buhay ang ating Philippine Welders and Fitters Society. Okay? Para po sa patuloy na pagbibigay ng libreng training sa inyo. Although sometimes lalo na kung tayo ay nagbabayad ng ating venue, ay meron poong bayad tayo. However, kung mas marami pa rin ang ating mga libreng webinars at saka seminars, okay? So normally ang mga may bayad lang naman ay welding inspector, NDT, yung mga specialized, okay? Visual inspection, mga specialized webinar natin or seminar natin. Sa ating mga seminars, ginaganap natin normally dyan sa Test the Women's Center, minsan sa Pasig, kung saan tayo makakakita ng mga marerentahan na venue para sa ating mga training. Okay? So yung mga training po na binibigay natin regularly is welding inspector, non-destructive testing, pressure testing, mga welding related na training para sa ating mga kabakal na nangangailangan ng training, lalong-lalo na yung mga certificates. Okay? So napakahalaga po ng mga training certificates sa mga panahong ito. Kaya ngayon lalo na lagi kaming nagbibigay ng mga libreng pa-training. So dumalo po kayo sa amin. Okay? Lalo na libre naman. Wala namang mawawala. Okay? This is all for you. Okay? So para po makakuha kayo ng certificate, okay? Ito po ay kailangan yung answeran yung ating quiz sa last portion ng ating pangalan to slides. Okay? All right. So magsisimula na po tayo and paano ba to? Nasaan yun? Yan. Yan. So, ang topic po natin is welding variables as per Asme 9. Alright. So, titingnan po natin ito ngayon. What are the welding variables as per Asme 9? Okay? Ito yung mga ginagamit natin sa WPS natin. And we might tackle some of the variables na nagtatalakay naman sa WPQT. Right? So, ang webinar na ito ay maganda para sa mga baguhang NDT personnel, inspection personnel, mga engineers, mga bagitong engineers, okay, supervisors, foremen, leadmen, welders, fitters, at iba pang mga kabakal natin dyan. Okay? Maganda rin ito para sa mga bagong graduate natin na inhinyero. Mechanical man yan o civil. Maganda po ito para sa inyo. So ano nga ba ang mga welding variables? May mga welding variables tayo for procedures and performance. Itong dalawang ito ay pag-aaralan natin. Although hindi in-depth, pero at least makikita nyo ano yung mga welding variables na ginagamit natin sa WPS natin. or sa ating welding procedure specification. At ganun din sa ating welder performance qualification test o WPQT. Right. So WPS welding variables can be seen, okay? Can be seen po in Asme 9 as per QW 402, 403, 404, 405, 406, 407, 409, and 410. So these are the QW or the section of Asme 9, okay, where you can find the joints, base materials, filler metals, positions, preheat, PWHT, electrical characteristic, technique. Okay, so these are the specific WPS welding variables in accordance to ASME 9. While the WPQT welding variables naman as per ASME 9 can be seen in QW402, which is the joints, and QW403, which is the base metals, QW404 filler metals, and QW405 positions. So as you can see, in WPS welding variables, we have various 2, 4, 6, 8 variables, while in WPQT, we only have 4 variables, which is the joint, base metal, filler metals, and position. The rest are not variables in WPQT. On the WPS, as per ASME 9, QW251.1, these are subdivided into three variables. Okay, so first one is the essential variable, and the second one is the supplementary essential variables, and third one is the non-essential variables. So nahahati po ito sa tatlong variables na ito, ha. So meron tayong essential variables, meron tayong supplementary essential variables, at saka meron tayong non-essential variable. So sa performance naman, ayon sa ASME 9QW351, ito ay ang essential variables lamang, walang non-essential variables at walang supplementary essential variables. So may kanya-kanyang essential variables ang bawat welding processes. So nakalista po 'yan doon sa ASME 9351 at sa WPS naman ay tatalakayin natin ito. All right, so welding variables on WPS, as per QW251.2, paragraph 1, okay, i-define natin yung mga variables na ito. First are the essential variables. The essential variables are those in which a change, as described in the specific variables, is considered to affect the mechanical properties of the weldment and shall require requalification of the WPS. So anything na nandoon sa essential variable, okay, kapag ito ay nag-change, okay, kapag nag-change yung essential variables na yon, it will affect the mechanical properties ng weldment. So magkakaroon ng pagbabago sa mechanical properties ng bakal. So kung magkakaroon siya ng pagbabago sa kanyang mechanical properties, magre-require ang WPS ng requalification. So kapag nag-change ang essential variables mo, i-requalify mo ang WPS mo. Ganun yung ating essential variable. Yung supplementary essential variable naman, as per QW251.2, paragraph 2, supplementary essential variables are required for metals for which other section specify toughness tests and are addition in the essential variable for its welding processes. Ibig sabihin, itong supplementary essential variable, kapag required sa WPS mo ang toughness test, meaning, kung mag-change ang supplementary essential variables mo, magre-requalify ka rin ng WPS mo. Kasi required siya for toughness test. However, kung ang WPS na ginagawa mo naman ay hindi required ang toughness test, okay? Kahit magbago yung mga essential ay yung mga variables na supplementary essential variables, kahit magbago yung mga yan, hindi ka na magre-requalify ng welding procedure. Okay? So, ganun yon. So, kapag essential variable, whether toughness test required or not, kapag nagbago, magre-require ka ng requalification ng WPS mo. Sa supplementary essential variables naman, magre-requalify ka lang ng WPS mo kung magbabago ang essential variable mo, hindi non-essential, yung supplementary essential variable mo kung magre-require ito ng toughness test. Okay? Pangatlong variables ay ang non-essential variables. Yung mga non-essential variables naman, kahit na magbago ka pa ng mga non-essential variables, hindi ito makaka-apekto sa WPS mo. That's why non-essential variables are those in which a change as described in the specific variables may be made in the WPS without requalification. Kahit magbago pa yan, hindi mo na kailangan mag-requalify ng WPS mo. Unlike sa essential variable at saka supplementary essential variable. So, yun yung tatlong variables na pinag-uusapan natin sa WPS or sa procedure. Welding procedure specification. Alright, so kapag essential variable, nagbago, whether required ang toughness test or not, kapag nagbago ang essential variable mo, magre-requalify ka ng WPS. Sa supplementary essential variables naman, kung required ang toughness test at nagbago ang supplementary essential variable mo, magre-requalify ka ng WPS mo. Pero kung hindi naman required ang toughness test, okay, kahit na magbago yung supplementary essential variable mo, you don't need to requalify your WPS. And the last, yung non-essential variable, kahit magbago pa yan, lahat ng non-essential variables mo, it doesn't need your WPS to be requalified. Okay, so yun yung tatlong welding variables na tinatalakay natin sa WPS. Alright, so meron tayong Asme 9 tables of WPS variables here. So in OFW, okay, process, makikita natin ito sa QW252. So tandaan nyo na lang itong mga ito. Hanapin nyo lang yan sa Asme 9. So kung gusto nyo yung WPS variable ng bawat process, eto sila. Dito nyo sila makikita. So sa OFW, QW252, sa SMAW, QW253, sa submerged arc welding, QW254, sa FCAW and GMAW, QW255, sa GTAW, QW256, sa plasma, QW257, sa electroslag, QW258, sa electro-gas welding, QW259, electro-beam welding, QW260, stud welding, QW261, friction welding sa QW262, resistance welding, QW263, laser beam, QW264, flash welding, QW265, diffusion welding, QW266, and friction stir welding, QW267. Now, I'll give you an example of the list of a specific variable for SMAW muna. SMAW lang, okay? Kasi kung tatalakayin ko lahat ng process, abutin tayo ng siyam-siyam. I'll just give you one example on SMAW or shielded metal arc welding. Okay? As per QW253, ang mga essential variables ng SMAW ay base metal, filler metal, preheat, PWHT, at saka technique. Okay? So sa SMAW, sa shielded metal arc welding mo, kapag kapag meron kang change in T qualified, tsaka T o yung thickness na greater than 13 mm, changes in P number qualified. Kapag may changes itong mga ito, magre-requalify ka ng WPS mo. Another is in filler metal. If there is a changes in F number, changes in A number, and changes in thickness, your WPS must be requalified. Ganon din sa preheat. Kapag meron kang decrease of greater than 55 degrees Celsius sa yung preheat, okay, magre-requalify ka rin ng WPS mo. Ba't napunta rin? Ganon din sa PWHT. If there is a change in the PWHT, you need to requalify your SMAW WPS. And lastly, in the technique, kapag gumamit ka ng on the use of thermal process, okay, magre-requalify ka rin ng SMAW WPS mo. In supplementary essential variable naman, ito kapag required ang toughness test lang ha. Pero kapag hindi man required ang toughness test mo, kahit magbago itong mga nasa supplementary essential variable mo, hindi na magre-requalify ng WPS. Pero kung required ang toughness test, kapag nagbago ang base metal, change in group number, change T-limit toughness, magre-requalify ka. Okay? Ganon din sa filler metal, kapag nag-change in diameter greater than 6 mm, magre-requalify ka. And, okay, changes in classification from E7018, 18R to E7018 or from E7 o kabaliktaran, okay? So sa classification ng filler metal, magre-require ka rin ng requalification ng WPS. Ganun din sa preheat. Kapag nag-increase ka ng 55 degrees Celsius sa preheat mo, magre-requalify ka ng WPS. Sa PWST, kapag nagkaroon ng changes in PWST ng temperature range mo, magkakaroon ka rin ng WPS requalification. Ganon din sa electrical characteristic mo, kapag nagkaroon ka ng increase of heat input, changes of current or polarity, magre-requalify ka ng WPS mo kung required ng toughness test. And lastly, on the technique, changes, kapag nagkaroon ka ng changes on multiple to single pass, okay, magkakaroon ka rin ng requalification of WPS. And lastly, on the non-essential variables, okay, kahit mag-change lahat itong mga ito, nasa column ng non-essential variables, walang kaso, hindi ka na magre-requalify ng WPS mo. So, walang mangyayaring changes sa mechanical properties mo. So, walang problema. So, kahit mag-change yung mga ito, hindi ka magre-requalify ng WPS mo. These are the joints in changes in group design, deletion of backing, changes of root spacing, additional or deletion of retainer. Okay? Sa filler metal naman, changes in diameter, changes in classification, it doesn't matter. Sa position, addition of position, change from uphill to downhill, it doesn't matter. Change in preheat maintenance, it doesn't matter. Change in current or polarity, it doesn't matter. Change in tawag dito, INE range, okay? Walang mangyayaring requalification, change from string to weave, change in method of cleaning, change in method of backgauging, change from multiple to single pass per side, change from manual to automatic, addition, deletion of pinning, walang problema. Non-essential variables to mga to, so hindi ka na magre-requalify ng WPS mo as per Asme 9. Alright, so yun lang yung pwede kong ibigay sa inyo. Ngayon, pupunta tayo isa-isa. I'll just give you some. Okay? So, ito, explanation lang nung naka-highlight na yon. Okay? Alright, so on the QW254 naman, sa submerged arc welding, ito naman yung kanyang mga variables. Okay? So, ito yung mga essential variables niya. Okay? So, ito naman yung supplementary essential variables at ito yung non-essential variable. So, makikita nyo ito sa QW254. Alright? So, ang mga essential variable lang niya ay change in T qualified, T-pass to 13 millimeter, change in P number qualified, and then change in F number, change in A number, and then change in flux class, and then change in addition or deletion or change in supplemental, and then change in alloy element, okay, and change in thickness of filler metal, change in flux type, change in recrust slag. And another two, in the preheat, decrease of greater than 55 degrees Celsius. And lastly, change in PWST. Meron pa palang isa, change in use of thermal processes. So those are the essential variables. At ito naman yung mga non-essential variables. Alright? So sa gas metal arc welding naman, tsaka FCAW, ang mga essential variable niya ay change in T qualified, change thickness in base metal thickness in greater than 13 millimeter, T limits, okay, thickness limit, and P number qualified, change in P number qualified, change in A number, change in F number, change in filler metal product form, addition or deletion or change of supplemental, change of alloying element, change of thickness of filler metal, and thickness limit. And then decrease of, in the preheat, decrease of 55 degrees. And then change in PWST, and then change in single or mixture on the gas, and then on the deletion of backing or change in composition of backing, and then another is the deletion of trail or change of composition, and lastly is the change in transfer mode. Okay, so yun yung mga essential variable naman ng GMAW at saka FCAW. Okay, ang ang GTAW naman, okay, ba't nagkuha na agad? So ang essential variables naman ng GTAW, okay, T qualified, P number, F number, A number, filler, addition, deletion of filler, and then change in filler metal product form, change in thickness of filler metal, okay, and then decrease in your preheat, decrease of 55 degrees Celsius, and in your PWST, changes in PWST, and then changes in single to mixture or percentage of gas, and then deletion of backing and changes of composition, and then deletion of trail and changes of composition, plus a close, okay, sa technique, change to close to out chamber, and the use of thermal process. Okay? So, yun yung mga essential variable ng JITAW. Okay, so I have given you only JITAW, FCAW, GMAW, sub-arc, tsaka SMAW. So the rest you can just read in Asme 9 as I stated in these sections. Okay, so dito makikita nyo OFW, Q252, and so on. Okay, so tignan nyo lang yung mga yan. Halimbawa, kung ang gamit nyo is plasma, punta lang kayo sa QW257. Kung diffusion welding, Q266. Kung friction welding, 267, and so on. Okay? Alright, so welding variables naman on welders. Ano naman yung mga welding variables ng welders? So ito naman yung welding variables ng SMAW sa welder. Okay? So sa welder essential variable. So sa welder essential variable lang So ang mga essential variable sa welder, okay, ang joint, okay? Deletion of backing, and then base metal, changes in pipe diameter, at saka changes in P number. Sa filler metal, okay, changes in F number, changes in T weld deposit. And then in position, changes from vertical to uphill to downhill vertical welding. So yan sa SMAW. Okay, sa sub-arc, okay, sa base metal, changes in pipe diameter, changes in P number. Sa pillar metal, changes in F number, tapos changes in T weld deposit. Not changes, okay, thickness weld deposit. And then in position, addition of position. Sa gas metal, ang mga essential variable naman is deletion of backing, changes in pipe diameter, changes in P number, changes in F number, changes in T weld deposit, weld deposit limit, addition of position, changes from uphill to downhill, changes in backing gas, deletion of backing gas, changes in transfer mode. Okay? So, sa gas tungsten naman, ang mga essential variables naman natin, sa welder to sa welder. Deletion of backing, changes of pipe diameter, changes of P number, addition or deletion of pillar, changes of F number, addition of or deletion of insert, changes in filler metal product form, changes in T weld deposit, addition of position, changes of vertical welding from uphill to downhill, deletion of backing gas, changes of current or polarity. Okay? So, yun yung mga mga variables natin sa WPS at saka sa welder. Okay? So, I hope may natutunan kayo. Thank you very much. So, bigyan ko lang kayo ng quiz para magkaroon kayo ng certificate. So, ito yung mga quiz natin. I have 3 quiz. Give 3 WPS essential variables for SMAW. Okay? Tapos, pangalawa, give 3 welder essential variable for JITAW. Okay? Ipopost ko lang ito ng mga 5 minutes. Okay? Basahin nyo lang and then reviewin nyo yung video. Okay? And then tomorrow, ibigay nyo lang yung quiz nyo sa ating email, pwfsmain@gmail.com. pwfsmain@gmail.com. Okay? So, yun yung address natin. Right? So, take a look on the quiz. Number 1 and number 2. Tapos, send nyo lang yung answer nyo sa ating email. And then, magkukuhan tayo. Magbibigay tayo ng ating, tawag dito, certificate of training. So, ito po yung email natin, pwfsmain@gmail.com. Yan. Yan. So, yan yung quiz natin. So, ito yung ating email address. Okay? All right. So, thank you very much. And just give your answers, and we will give you a certificate of training on this webinar. Thank you very much. Once again, this is Junose, the current chairman of Philippine Welders and Fitters Society. Maligayang ikapitong anibersaryo ng Philippine Welders and Fitters Society Incorporated. God bless you all.